Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. Today it is episode 4 of Project 2 of the Joy of Functional Game Dev, in which we are making a wrapper of SDL2 prior to getting into the game proper, because we wish to use SDL2 for our rendering and input and everything else. So, on the GitHub repository, we have links down below to the releases for before and after. Before it is v0.3. And that's about enough of that. So, to the Trello board. And I know at the end yesterday we were taking a look. We want rectangle functions and service creation and whatnot. But I think what we want to do is basic event types. That's what we really want. And add ourselves a checklist. We want keyboard. We want mouse. No, I don't. No, delete the check. No, the checklist name is to-dos. The keyboard is one of the items. We're going to go key up, key down, mouse, move, mouse, down, mouse, up. And those are the ones we really care about. And so we want to be able to track at least those, as well as, well, that's good for now. And the reason I want to go ahead and do that, and actually my label is I mostly know how I want to do this. Because I took a look at the C# binding and I said, okay, how did they handle the SDL event class? And the SDL event class is a put together a struct with an explicit layout, so these field offsets. And this is absolutely ugly and atrocious, but okay. And this is a .NET way of doing this, and so that is what we shall do. So let's get to that. We want to we no longer want an event pointer there. So let SDL event. This is going to be private too. Let private SDL event. Oh, sorry, it's a type. And what's that? Decorator. It is struct layout kind explicit. It's one of those when everything else fails equals struct and let's see up. Hey dude, another trip to planet No War 9. Well, it will every single one of our SDL F# files have No War 9. I'm guessing it is likely that it will. So, just I know SDL event type. Let's find the include files. So an SDL event. SDL events. We'll bring this in. SDL event. It's event type. Okay. So SDL event. So event32 is a type. And then there's a one called padding. So we will put both of those in there at the initial. So val type. So we can't call it type. Val type equal event32. Val padding don't know how to make a particular, can I do this? 56? No. No, I cannot. I need to be able to pad something to 56 bytes. Sharp specify type is a fixed size array. I think I may have to marshal. Fixed length arrays in F sharp. Size constant. Okay, that's a marshal. Alright. So it's just gonna be, I don't think I have to put immutable. I don't think I have to put mutable. So padding byte. Array size const is 56. Okay. So when I do this, I'll have to field offset it. And this is how the magic happens. So now we have an SDL event. Right. We don't have to do, I think I need that. Think so. Alright. And the thing I want to do is I want my actual type event equals, it's going to be a discriminated union. Other as byte. Other of byte, not of, as of byte. Alright, so, okay, we're going to, so now we completely ditch this. So we do need an SDL event. We're gonna hope this works. I do have to have a let mutable event. New SDL event. SDL wait event, the address on an event. Okay, compiles fine. If result equal 1, then else none. So we still do that. Then some well, it's going to be event dot padding other some. It's going to give you some event option. Okay. So the padding goes to other, goes to some. Otherwise it gives me none, because I still want it to be an option. And this should not compile. Of course, because I've got the weird thing over here saying, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. So here's the event. So some other that. So event dot other. Or it's SDL event. Well, and then X. Okay, now we're cool. X is a byte rate. Okay, so now should still work. There we hope. Come on. That's the, yep, I don't know what you're not load. Correctly aligned or overlapped by a non-object field. Oh, you're gonna. Huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Na. So it doesn't like that at all, one bit. Can I tell it what the size is? Maybe I can't read the byte. Welcome to the first flail session of the day. Okay, sequential. So there's it's a bival array. Let's see, simple, fixed. Did do a size const default value. So here's a struct, and that's got my sequential size. So I can just do a size. All right. Okay. Size equals 56. Okay. Absolute size. All right. Well, I guess I can't do that. Thereof. Just have a unit 32. So the event dot type to another to a sum. Build it. As long as we can specify this guy is 56 bytes, I don't really care that we can't get to the other stuff. The x isn't in 32. So if x is equal to 0x402, it's not UI, u, then cool, then we're done. Otherwise, event pump. Will you work? Please work. Okay, I think you're going to work. You worked! Yay! Now we just have to get the other things. Yeah, I am now very happy. Okay, so other. So worst case scenario, it's going to spit me out what my event type is, and that's groovy. That means we kinda gotta do these other event types. And we're gonna kinda do them one at a time, because there's really there's a lot of them, and we will do them as we need them. So what the first things we want to do, we have a quit event, which I don't think we ever actually receive. Let's do key down and key up. Well, let's get all of them here. And here's the mouse ones. Let's get these guys over here. And clean things up. Let's see. got a dude fuss our way to slender wrists and shapely biceps. I know that's a very odd thing to say, and you know what? Anymore. Enough of you with your comment. I'm not putting your comment anymore. I don't care about your comment. These gotta be U's. 0x301 U. 301, 302, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. One, two, three. And we'll scrunch all this stuff together. When putting them in here, we do want everything to be in the numeric order. Not for any real reason, because it doesn't really matter. Oh, these guys get U. Okay. And we shall start importing over some of these. Some of these events. So let's take a look at. Oh, there's a lot. Lots and lots. Here's a quit event. It's got a. Let's start porting this bad boy over. It's got a type and a timestamp. We got type private. That guy. Struct. And val type, val timestamp, both unit 32s. We're going to need a. We're going to lay out kind of sequential, I think. I don't think I need the size. Type private STL, well, equal. So it's a struct with a one, with a that, and a that. Offset 0. What do we call it here? There's a quit. It's just cleverly called quit. Offset 0 val quit. STL quit event. Right. So that's how we do one of those. We just need to go and find our keyboard one. So there's keyboard event. We have 3 mouse events. So let's find you. I want to go find previous. Okay. Let's bring you in. We do have those text editing ones that I am highly interested in, but type. Give me a struct layout. Type private equals struct and it's called type timestamp window ID, state, repeat, padding 1 and padding 2 and padding 3. Sure. Most of these guys are unit 32s. The rest of these guys are unit 8s. So let's fix that to a unit 8. What's a padding 2 and a padding 3? Here we have an SDL key sim. Alright, and now we gotta go find one of those. Alright, they're obviously going to be before here. What are you? Maybe it's the other way. Find next. Nope. So, where might you be? An SDL keyboard, SDL key code. I'm gonna have to make a hunch. Enum. Well, let's look. SDL key. Nope, that's a key mod. Not that one. SDL key sim. Alright. Okay, so of course we do. Nice. We also need a key sim. I think we found ourselves a rabbit hole. We'll comment you out for just a minute here. Well, and this one will have to be an SDL key sim. The rest of these become vowels. But, and of course, I'm going to put this in here. What do we call it in the event? Event. Till event, that one's called, quite cleverly, key. It's called a keyboard event. Yes, sir. Getting the work done. Kind of. So key sim. Alright. Type private SDL key sim equals. I do another sequential struct layout. Struct end. These. I put capital letters at the start of everything. And good old unused. So these two, not so sure about, but the other one here. uint 32, that's a uint 16. SDL scan code, I think I saw that one in here. Yes, sir. So let's take a look at where we might find it. Scan code. It's probably right here. So, well, enum. Well, that's a nice big one to move over, huh? code mask. So I'm using, if I use this thing in here a lot, so scan code to key code. Alright, this has to be then a uint32. It does. Yeah, thanks. SINT32. It's true, because we're not using, right, so SINT32 is the key code. Yeah, hi, I can read. So the key code is there an SINT32? I haven't looked at those. No, well, we don't call it an SINT32. We call it an INT32. Oh, back we go. SDLK. These are my key codes? Just an enum. So I don't really see SDL scan code. And let's match the case. So SDL scan code, of course. This is what you do. You have a lot of what number do you go up to? I don't. Okay, well. Scan codes for array bounds. I don't really know. I don't know how big it is. How big is an SDL scan code? I don't know. Is it also an Int32? Well, enum by default is it going to tell me? It's not going to tell me. How big are you? How big you is? Okay, it's obviously not a byte because it goes up to 512. I think by default we're going to go with an Int32 here. We're not worried about overrunning. We're not worried about overrunning the 56 bytes. So, and I believe that in C enums are actually no, it would not be the same as the native int. Not sure. We'll have to experiment. And we'll be able to tell quite quickly because sim should be characters that we recognize. Like when I hit the letter A, sim should be 65. And mod should change things whenever I hit the shift. Alright. So we do scan code to that, scan code to uint32. Now it only goes up to 512, so. But it could be a uint16. It can't be a uint8. Okay. Oh. And what are my key down, key up? So but I'm going to need a type to capture keyboard event. So it's going to be a record type, and more or less more or less this maps what's going on here. I don't care about padding. I'm going to need to also make Mr. KeySim. Type KeySim equals so hopefully this all maps lovely like to these things. So key down of keyboard event of keyboard event. Results will match. Alright. Now to spit it out, we're going to match result event. Let's just match result event dot type with 1, comma, SDL key down. And 1 key up. And of course, anything else, we're going to go with a none. Key up. Match it with a 1 and anything else. Go event type other sum. So we're going to make ourselves something that's going to be a key up sum. So key down sum. Key up. We could have a lovely conversion function, and we will. Let to keyboard event, which is an SDL whatever, and I want that to spit out a keyboard event. So event dot key to keyboard event. Make that a key down, make that a key up. That's very nice. Okay. We're going to have it spit out timestamp event dot touched it. Window ID event window ID window, whoops, it's state equals event dot state, repeat equal event dot repeat, KeySim equals Keysim has a scan code, a sim, and a mod. Scan code equals something. Sim equals mod equals. Do that, bring that on back. It's going to be event.keysim.scanCode. Sim is event.keysim.sim. Mod is event.keysim.mod. So, to keyboard event is a less accessible data type. So, private. Okay, now you're happy. But now, for case variable should not generate. Yes, thank you so much. No kidding. This rule will never be matched. Really? How about 0? Really? Why not? So that any value 2. Yeah, I don't know about this. Are you sure it'll never be matched? Are you sure? So what do we do? We said 1 with the SDL key down will give me that. With the key up, it'll give me that. And with a 1 with anything but. Oh, do I not? I don't have any other types. Do I? No. Huh. Well, let's see if it's right. It's a match value, so match event. Oh, right. Haha. So sum SDL event dot key up x the event pump window renderer. Oh wait, so down. Nope, because I'm not going to get the others. It's going to give me a. I don't know. Is there a way to put that there, put that there? So I want to do a key down. Really? What? The key sim. Mod of that. Really? Somehow. Somehow. Alright. We're gonna be less clever. If result equals 1, then match the type else 1. So, anything else? What do you mean it won't be matched? Event.type. Rule will never be matched. How can the rule never get matched? This is very bizarre to me. Better get matched. getting a... Nope. What is going on here? Oh, another lovely flailing episode. Well, we've... Go if event type equal SDL key down, then that. Like elif else we will discover what our problem is. Yes, we will. So, here's a result. It's going to fill me in an event. The result is 1, and the type is SDL key down, which is 300U. Then we're going to do this. Otherwise, if it's 301, then do that. I do have them all right numbers, right? My goodness. Okay, still okay. Now we're good. Now we still work. All right. So that works, and my program. There's my program. So I do want to see if not key up. I want to see key down. So somewhere along the line, the wiring was making it everything into a key down, and I don't completely get it, but I want to. So now I should be able to hit G, and there's G, X, whatever the timestamp, mod, scan code of 10, symbol of 103, and let's to our handy dandy character map. We can look at that, which is 6, 7, is that 103? To our handy dandy calculator now. 6 times 16 is 96, plus 7 is 103. Well, I could have done a hex display, right? My event, my value says timestamp window ID and my key sim 67. Alright, so that's right, and then A is my scan code. So okay, looks like key events are working. Of course, we're gonna continue because now we've let it up. Symbol 67. It's up, and 1000. Don't know what these all mean, but that's not the important part. Cool. And since we are very excited about how we can do things, let's get key down out of the way. Now we should be able, should have built some confidence here. I still wish I knew the problem going on with the match, because I would so much rather have a match, but I'm not going to, not gonna worry too much about it. So we're gonna bring mouse motion and mouse button and mouse wheel. Well, just which ones does I say I wanted to do? Mouse move, mouse down, mouse up. Okay, we won't do the wheel. We will do the wheel, but just not now. So let's bring them both. And back to SDL event here. So there's the keyboard event. So type private equals struct and you can capitalize all the types, which x, y, xrel, yrel. There's not much to say about this. This is a very mechanical process of porting some codes. Brilliant, padding 1. Good old padding 1. Private struct end. Alright, capitalize everybody. Then state, B state, twix. Padding 1. Thanks, padding 1. The thing is, I know why these are here. Because here's 4 uint 8s, and in C, a lot of things like to align things on 32-bit boundaries, and so in order to massage this correctly, here's an extra byte that we don't actually use, and it's silly, but it's how it is. These are just int 32s. And these are vowels. Why don't you do a Control H and a selection? Because I've done this so many times with the double-click Control V that anymore I just go ahead and do the mechanical. It's kind of brainless, and doing it so long. I've done it since, using my first IDE with Turbo Pascal. Just get in there and jam on things. Usually dealing with keyboard, but some mouse things. So, all right, you're gonna stop. You're gonna stop underlining struct. Yes, you will as soon as I put an equal sign. All right. And then, of course, what do you call? Let's go here where you are used. So one called motion and one called button. Clever. You're called motion. You're called button. And you're the mouse motion event. You are the mouse button event. Very nice. Well, and of course, I do need type mouse motion event equals some sort of record type mouse button event equals another sort of something. And really, let's clean this up a little. Yeah, I don't know. It's I guess it's a style thing for me. This is how I like my records. gives them I feel, a clean look. Other people may differ in this. I don't know. Key sim, keyboard event. So the mouse motion event, I really just bring over this stuff that I care about. And now I remove my vowels. So it looks like everybody gets, don't need type. Type, don't care. These things I care about. Everything else I appear to care about. Alright. Back over one. Mouse motion event is complete mount button with an O. And now everything else. So when we come down here, we can get rid of padding. Don't care. Now I will actually. Val space, replace it with some nothing. Replace them all in the selection. Most of the time, the reason I don't do that is because I'm really bad at having this be something other than selection. So it's really to not defeat myself. Yes, I have a whole lot of coding foibles. So, and well, what are the event names? They're just called mouse motion, mouse button down, mouse button up. Well, we just call them mouse motion, mouse button down, mouse button up. We call you a mouse motion event. And we call you mouse button event. I'm going to do a very similar let private to mouse motion event. Event is an STL mouse motion event. We're going to spit out a mouse motion event. We're going to do that. Let private to mouse button event. Event is an SDL mouse button event, and we're going to spit out a mouse button event. Spit that out too. So my mouse motion event, we're going to copy pasta all kinds of stuff today. Well, really, I can just do this, can't I? Take the whole thing. And rather than that, it's going to be an equal event dot timestamp. Yeah. So it's like a job for AutoMapper, but I'm doing native type. I'm not going to use AutoMapper to use reflection to do mapping of such small thing. It's not a. And also, I do this once. It doesn't change later. State X. Also, AutoMapper is a. I've had issues, especially with the for-member function, getting it to work in F#. XREL. See, it may look like a big to-do. What are we angry about? Oh, we're angry about an equal sign. Let's get get you. Let's get you here. Okay, equal event dot timestamp event window ID event dot which event dot button event dot state event dot clicks equal event dot x equal event dot y. We should be cool then. And sadly, still, we got three of them: mouse motion, mouse button down, mouse button up. So still, your mouse motion, mouse button down, mouse button up. It's actually dot motion dot button button, and it's to mouse motion event. How about we put a small u in my to mouse button event? And these things, there's mouse motion, mouse button down, mouse button up. I'm all toying. So mouse button down. And mouse button up. So now, let's put some, this is less readable now. There, that's a little better. So it's key down, you send a key down. Key up, send a key up. Mouse motion. Everybody is appropriately sending things, except now we don't match everything anymore. Well, we're gonna go from here and say we don't really care. We don't care nearly as much. So some whatever, go to the pump. So some SDL event dot mouse button up x equals well, now it should just be got a mouse button. No, there you go. You released a button, so return. Otherwise, if you have any other event, just go ahead and pump more events. And then if you didn't get anything, then we quit. So, all right, are we compiling? We are. Even more strangely, are we working? We have it. Oh my goodness, it works. All right. Oh, well, that was quite a thing. Let's go back to Trello and mark down all the cool things we did. We said mouse move, we said mouse down, we said mouse up. We've got, and that makes this a squee, doesn't it? Move that guy on over. We've done some cool stuff there. And before we go, because we're right around an hour, I'm going to take a look right quick at some rectangle functions. Yeah, by category. Take a look at some rectangle functions, and what do we got here? We got an SDL point and SDL rect. And while these are not horribly fascinating functions to do, points and rectangles are foundational to how things get done in 2D land. And so we want to be able to an SDL rect defines a rectangular area used by SDL blit surface. Blit surface is how we're going to do stuff. So it behooves us to get some time, but we don't need to do that right away. Yeah, we don't need to do that right away. Empty. Tells you whether or not it's empty. So really, there's not one that sets it. So we will need, at least to make the, which ones do we care about? Intersect rect and line, point and rect empty. Not too terribly concerned about it. We will need that. So, surface creation and simple drawings. We're going, where are we at? Surface creation and simple drawing. We've got, I think at the very least, I want to load a BMP. I want to be able to free a surface. I also want to be able to fill rect. So, and also, how do I get my surface out of my renderer? So I would get, is there like a get surface render? Oh, really just rendering. Render. Huh. Well, it looks like I've got, so draw racks. Is that right? Not sure. Maybe we're just going to look at some basic rendering, and we're going to render some fill recs next time, because that's something we can certainly do. Set texture as well. Alright, so textures as well. Looks like we got some learning to do, because back in the day, it was just create, create texture from surface. So, alright. Create texture from surface. Is there like a free texture? Destroy. Okay. So really what we want to do. Let's pick one. So texture and rendering basics. So we're going to add a checklist. It's going to be a to-do. So we're going to load bitmap. We're going to create texture, free texture, render, filled rectangle, render texture. And that's what we're going to want to do these things. If we can do these things, then we've actually got kind of a little pigeon that we can use to do something for real. So that's what we're going to do. Obviously, it's a free surface of the loaded bitmap. So, yes. That's definitely what we're going to do next time. And I'm going to go to label with the still mostly because I'm still a little leery of things, but that's a good topic for next time. Thanks so much for coming on this journey with me, and you keep on experiencing the joy of functional game dev.